The heat in Sao Paulo hung thick in the late afternoon, turning the football pitch into a canvas of dust and echoes. Children played barefoot near the sideline, chasing dreams with scuffed footballs. Adults stood in huddles behind barricades, holding up phones, waving flags, and shouting a name that seemed to vibrate in the air itself: Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo was in Brazil for a charity youth football event, not to play, not to promote, but simply to show up. For the kids, for the cause. He had landed only 12 hours earlier, yet here he was, tired but composed, sitting down for a live interview with a prominent local station. A white canopy offered some relief from the sun. Ronaldo sat with legs crossed, wearing a gray athletic tee, sweat still glistening on his brow. The reporter adjusted his mic and smiled widely. "Cristiano," he began, in enthusiastic, accented English, "you've won everything. What keeps you coming back to the pitch?" Ronaldo leaned forward, that familiar confident calm in his voice. "My family, my children, and the love for football. It gave me everything. This," he gestured toward the pitch, "this is where I feel most human." The next question was forming when it happened. A blur of motion. A young boy, skinny, barefoot, and no older than 12, darted through a small opening between two distracted volunteers. He didn't scream or call out. He just ran, head down, clutching something close to his chest. Security was swift. Two guards moved in to intercept, their instincts sharp. The boy froze a meter from Ronaldo, trembling, looking more frightened than defiant. The camera swung slightly out of frame. A hand reached for the boy's arm. "Espera," Ronaldo said, raising his hand calmly. "Let him come." The world paused. The boy stepped forward slowly, as if crossing into another world. His eyes were wide, his lips trembling, and he held out a crumpled photograph, old and faded. It showed Ronaldo in his Real Madrid kit, hoisting the Champions League trophy, mouth wide in victory. "My dad," the boy began, his voice almost inaudible. "He died last year. We used to watch your matches together, every weekend. Even when he was sick, we'd watch your goals. He said you never gave up. It gave him something to hold on to." A wave of silence rippled through the crew. The interviewer lowered his mic. One of the camera assistants wiped his eyes discreetly. "What's your name?" Ronaldo asked. "Matthias." Ronaldo looked at him for a long moment. Then, without a word, he stood, walked over to the boy, and bent down to eye level. He took the photograph gently and studied it, like it was sacred. "You were very brave to come here," Ronaldo said, voice soft. Matthias nodded quickly, fighting back tears. Ronaldo turned to the crew. "Let's pause for a bit." He led Matthias to the interview chair beside him. The cameras stayed rolling, but the tone shifted. The crew began filming something very different. Not a sports interview, but a moment of raw, unscripted humanity. Ronaldo asked Matthias about his neighborhood, his school, his favorite footballer, which, with a shy smile, the boy admitted was still Ronaldo. When Matthias said he played left wing, Ronaldo laughed. "So you're the future competition." The boy laughed too. 10 minutes passed, then 20. Ronaldo ignored repeated signals from his assistant, who whispered about schedule changes and commitments waiting downtown. None of it mattered right now. Finally, as the sun began dipping toward the horizon, Ronaldo stood and pulled off his training shirt. He signed the front, handed it to Matthias, and said, "Your dad would be proud of you." But just before Matthias walked off, Ronaldo did something even more surprising. He asked the boy for his contact details. "I'd like to stay in touch," he said. "Maybe come visit sometime. Keep playing." The boy nodded, stunned, still holding the shirt like it was made of gold. As Matthias walked back through the crowd, people parted for him. No longer just a fan, now a symbol of something bigger. The interview never aired in full, but a short clip, just 57 seconds long, showing Ronaldo placing his hand on the boy's shoulder and whispering something in his ear, made it online. Within hours, it had 8 million views in Brazil alone. By morning, Ronaldo Matthias trended across 27 countries. Commentators called it the softest moment of the hardest player. Others simply said, "We saw his soul today." But for Matthias, it wasn't about hashtags. That night, as he sat in his small apartment on the city's edge, he stared at the shirt on his bed and whispered, "I think I made him proud too." And Ronaldo? He sent his team back the next week, not for press, but to find the boy. Quietly, without cameras, just to check in.